Volunteers have been at the heart of Toynbee Hall's work for more than 120 years. Each year, more than 500 volunteers get involved with our projects, contributing on average 1,200 hours per month. Volunteers work alongside staff, often contributing and taking a lead in developing new social action programmes. Volunteers leave Toynbee enriched and inspired to continue making a difference in the rest of their lives.
We involve volunteers in a whole range of ways at Toynbee Hall. You've heard about how many volunteers we have, and they do all sorts of different things.
So we involve volunteers in pretty much every Toynbee Hall project and at all different levels of the organisation. So we have volunteers helping out on reception, we have volunteer desk advisors, we have volunteer coaches working with young people.
Our volunteers work in the schools with the young people and are the coaches to the young people for the whole academic year.
I work with young volunteers who facilitate fashion and photography workshops with teenage mothers.
I think it's really hard to sum up the contribution that volunteers bring to Toynbee Hall. Volunteers are the lifeblood of the organisation and we just couldn't do what we do without them.
Volunteers bring a lot of passion, commitment, which is incredibly important, and a dedication to the young people.
Well, volunteers bring lots of energy and dynamism to our services. They come from all sorts of different places. I'm always amazed at where we recruit volunteers from as far afield as out of Mongolia to around the corner.
My volunteers bring talent, commitment and bags of enthusiasm.
I think it's great when volunteer roles are of mutual benefit. So seeing a volunteer develop and grow through their volunteering at the same time as providing much needed services to the charity, that's a really satisfying thing to help to manage.
I think the most enjoyable thing is seeing how much the volunteers learn from the experience.
When I first started at Toynbee Hall, I worked with 3 volunteers, Grace, John and Sama, who helped to develop some citizenship funding that we had.
The best thing about working with volunteers is getting to know them, the jokes and the banter that goes along working in a project.
I'm a residential volunteer here at Toynbee Hall. I regularly volunteer on a variety of youth projects.
I'm working in recruitment administration.
I worked in the Children and Families Department at Toynbee Hall, and it basically involved a lot of outdoor activities, so a lot of camping, a lot of canoeing.
I'm Chairman of Trustees at Toynbee Hall.
I do photocopies or filing.
I was working with the young mums on a Don't Label Me project.
I ran a workshop for people who had never written for film or television before.
I'm a volunteer welfare benefits advisor, and I am a debt advisor as well.
At the time, I had nothing better to do, and my school let me volunteer.
I wanted to get involved with the community activities because I wanted to feel integrated in my area.
When I was in my first year at university, someone came back raving about the summer camps that they had been a volunteer on, and it really captured my imagination. And
I wanted to volunteer because I wanted to get the experience in the legal sector and also in the voluntary sector.
Volunteering at Toynbee gave me the chance to see a bit about what life is like in London for a lot of young people.
I want to go into community work and also into education, so this was a great opportunity to learn some skills that I need.
I wanted to volunteer because I wanted to pass on my skills, which I thought might be useful to other people.
The most enjoyable thing should be working with a nice team and get appreciated.
The most enjoyable moment for me was sitting around campfires with the young people that we were working with.
Getting to work with people, because that's a big thing.
You get to meet a lot of people.
there was a sense of real satisfaction and excitement when, after 2 years of preparation work, the first funding cheque came in for a new project called Services Against Financial Exclusion.
The most enjoyable thing was that people actually turned up, and then the next most enjoyable thing was that we actually came up with a play written by all of us.
I really enjoy the chance to be creative and to push myself through volunteering. I'm meeting a lot of people who I've never worked with before, so that's also a lot of fun.
I like being busy.
Volunteering, I gained everything that I do now, so my experience in youth work.
Gaining confidence, knowing people around, knowing the community activities, and get the self-satisfaction. The most important thing is to get confidence.
How to be a leader, how to work with different groups of people.
Firstly, I've understood so much more about the world around me here in London. Secondly, I've met an extraordinary range of inspiring people.
Toynbee Hall has offered me the opportunity to put myself in that client advisor role.
I've gained a lot through volunteering, particularly a lot more confidence working with a variety of age groups, and also I've pushed myself to be a bit more creative.
I gained, I suppose, the knowledge that doing something silly and something that you're not quite sure of the outcome is worthwhile.